very much a similar story at L'Oreal than what we've heard in other companies, such as LVMH or Kering. It's all about luxury, and that is driving the performance so far in the numbers that you've just mentioned. A luxury division up 13% in the second quarter of the year to 6.6 billion euros. And the other main driver, of course, here again is China. And China, with sales going up, Asia Pacific in the second quarter up 23%. And they say they see no slowdown in the demand of the Chinese consumer, despite all this trade war talk between China and the US. They see so far no impact on the sales, and the numbers seem to reflect that. On the slightly more negative side, it's the mass market division that's done a little bit worse than expected, with just 2.3% for the second quarter in sales. And also another sore point was Western Europe, with France being mentioned as having persistent difficulties. And that reflects a little bit what the National Institute of Statistics said this morning while publishing the second quarter numbers for GDP in France. There's this sluggish consumer household consumption, and this seems to be impacting the L'Oreal sales here in the country. And there's a slight slowdown also in the UK, so two little sore points here for L'Oreal. But once again, a positive one is e-commerce. E-commerce was up 36.4% in the first half. So now e-commerce is about 10% of all the L'Oreal sales, and that's one of the branches where they're really trying to push to boost sales for all these millennials that watch these videos of influencers and makeup online. They think this is a stream where they can create more sales. And again, like other stories we've heard in France, it's all about the Chinese consumer, and it's all about luxury boosting the performance in the first half of the year.
Philip, I know you've also been taking a closer look at Kering as well. Resilient sales in China once again seem to have boosted Kering's operating profit in the first half of the year. Also, the booming Gucci business driving numbers, with margins hitting a record high. But second quarter sales rose 40% at a slightly slower pace than the previous quarter. The luxury brand appeared to shrug off trade fears, but did add it would remain vigilant to any changes. And Charlotte, interested on this one, we talk about the booming Gucci sales here, but some traders today citing perhaps Gucci not being as strong as anticipated as one reason we're seeing the stock off today. What do you think?
Well, that's an interesting one. Mr. François-Henri Pinault, the boss of Kering, mentioned in his statement last night that it was a dazzling performance. And when you look at the numbers on paper, Gucci really had been the main driver and the profit engine of Kering. They've published their sixth consecutive quarter of over 35% growth in sales. So that's pretty impressive. The revenue in the first half was 3.85 billion euros, just for that one brand in the whole group. So sales were up 40% in the second quarter just for Gucci. And that's been a revamp that's been going up in that brand since 2015 when they brought in a new creative director. And that really has been boosting the sales for the group. That division only, Gucci, posted record margin for the first half of 38%. So and they said that should improve in the second half as well. So it's all about Gucci. However, again, the group Kering is really positioning itself in a pure luxury player. They sold its stake in Puma, which was completed in the second quarter. They sold their stake in Stella McCartney and in Christopher Kane. And they just tried to refocus on their core brands. And one of the brands that slightly disappointed was Bottega Veneta. And they will bring in new creative directors and try to rebrand some of their brands, in particular to develop some of their menswear branches where they think there can be some growing strengths. Because at that pace where Gucci is growing, at some point, given that it's the sixth consecutive quarter above 35%, it has to reach a level where they need to develop on their other brands to kind of keep boosting this dazzling performance, as the CEO put it last night.
Hey everybody, it's Hadley Gamble from our new CNBC Middle East Bureau in Abu Dhabi. Thanks for stopping by. Now, to watch more, you can try one of the videos that just popped up on your screen. And don't forget to subscribe.